about supplements, the last thing I'll say is before I had my nutrition certification and way back 15 years ago when we started this journey, I started with minerals. Why? Minerals are simple. You have great indication of sort of an expected level that you'd want to have. You have good blood testing for it, but it's also a nutrient in general, minerals in general, which are being depleted by oxalate. And we also know that our diets are not necessarily as replete in minerals as they could be because our modern farming isn't allowing mineral levels in soils to be regenerated the same way they used to be. So it can be a really great idea to start with something simple. So if you haven't already been down the road with some of these supplements, I would definitely start first with minerals. Some of the safest ones, magnesium and calcium, because they are ones that we have a fair amount of in the bloodstream. And so those are ones that oxalate can be running into, binding with, and then taking out of our system. You can also do a lot with good electrolyte products to just make sure that you've got bioavailable minerals in your system. And I say that because both sodium and potassium can also be bound by oxalate. So oxalate will take one magnesium molecule, it will take one calcium molecule, but it's a double negative anion. And what that means is that your single positive electrolytes, which are just a special instance of minerals, can be taken two at a time. So instead of just taking one potassium or one sodium, oxalate's going to take two, and away it goes like that. So electrolytes can be a really simple but good catch here. And honestly, I know I've been talking about this on the group, but mineral water can be really helpful here. So if you like still or even sparkling mineral waters, the nice thing about a lot of them is they have a little bit of sulfate, not a ton, not going to blow your circuits. They'll have some calcium, they'll have some magnesium in ionic form. And there's some really interesting research recently that very, very tiny amounts of ionic calcium can be enough to help reverse things like osteoporosis. So I'm still on the hunt with that one, but minerals are almost always a good choice here. And tolerated antioxidants are another good one too. Oxalate is throwing all this oxidative stress at your body. If you provide antioxidants so that your body can handle that oxidative stress, you can do a lot of good there. Now, I would go to ones that aren't going to generate oxalate in your body. So vitamin C is not your friend. I think we've had this conversation before, but too much vitamin C is actually a risk for kidney stones. Vitamin C degrades into oxalate. So we need to handle that one definitely with care. But other antioxidants can be a great catch. So when we were talking through the implementation of B vitamins, we started with ALA. That's a good one. CoQ10, that's a good one. Most people can handle those two fairly well, but always start low. And, some of the other really simple antioxidants doesn't have to be fancy. Vitamin E, zinc, because zinc's another mineral. It's an antioxidant as well. So we really started here with simple things and then built out. In hindsight, wish I could have done things like simple things like D-ribose and carnitine, because I'm sure that all of us here who were dealing with the diet could have used a little bit of something like that. But that said, there are going to be some unique instances here, and we just have to stay aware of that. So that's kind of my growing framework at the moment. So hope that's helpful.